this message is just for you. You are good enough. This is the episode for you. Fluency does not look the same every day. Bad language days just exist. And that doesn't mean that you already need to call yourself fluent for this to apply either. Whatever level you're at, some days you're going to speak better and some days you're going to speak worse. The words that you definitely knew yesterday just won't come to mind when you need them sometimes. Putting the words together will just hurt your brain more and you'll make more mistakes, even though you know this stuff. And sometimes you're going to know why. You'll be tired or hungry, you'll have gone to bed late last night, you'll be distracted, or you'll have done something else that day that used up a lot of brain power. But other times, you'll have no idea. It will just be a bad language day. And they're the worst ones in a way, because you don't have an immediate scapegoat to point to. The late night, the noise outside, the illness. And that's when you start to think, maybe I wasn't as good as I thought I was on all those other days. And it's only today, for some reason, that I'm seeing my language for what it is. Or maybe I'm just getting worse at my language. Maybe I've stopped making progress. In fact, maybe all the work I'm putting in is actively doing damage to my language acquisition. But language learners, you're not. It's normal. Your best doesn't look the same every day in anything, and that's okay. So don't let it discourage you. And the other thing that I wanted to add about this is that it's really easy to assume that everyone else is going to notice and everyone else is going to wonder what on earth has happened to you. But most of the time, I bet they won't. How often do you notice other people's bad language days? So don't let it stop you. Laugh it off in the same way as the days when the words won't come so easily in your native language, or the days when you just feel really clumsy and keep bumping into doorways. And I know it feels like more effort to speak or write on those bad language days, but keep speaking and writing anyway. On those days, it's fine to do more miming or play more word games that don't involve putting complicated sentences together. But whatever you do to make it easier on yourself, still give yourself permission to speak and write on the so-called bad language days, because the worst thing you can possibly do for your language learning is wait for the perfect conditions and only speak on the good days. And when you have got through a bad language day, don't beat yourself up for your mistakes. Instead, celebrate that you didn't give up on yourself, didn't give up on the day, and you kept going and you kept trying, and future you will be so grateful. Remember, every tiny thing you achieve today counts. It doesn't need to be big, dramatic, it doesn't need to be huge leaps forward. Maintenance is 100% a good thing too. And if you'd like some company while you study your language, I'd love to invite you to join my Patreon community of colourful, creative and mission-driven language learners. We have a monthly meetup, depending on your tier, to get together and just chat about language, productivity and the world. We have weekly co-working in the creative space so that you don't have to do this alone. And if you have a study or productivity or creativity question that you want answering, there is also a monthly Q&A where you can get personalised advice from me. So check it out. I would love if you could come and join me and all of my wonderful people as we learn our languages together. Have a wonderful rest of your day, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you back here on Monday.